the
army jackets,
Yep.
matching shit like that. Nas got super jiggy with it. I got to give it to Nas. I know I was buying shit that Nas had.
You want a narrative you want to paint. You still got to listen to me talking to you right now in 2025. What I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever.
He's rich as f***, I won't give it to him. But in that day, in the 90s and shit like that, we was trying to buy everything Nas has, from the Helly Hansons to the rugby jackets. Remember, Nas had that B-boy thing.
It's 2025, and this wild clip of a Jim Jones fan just went viral across TikTok and YouTube. In it, someone shouts, "Eli, stand on it, bro."
You said, and I quote,
Yo, Eli, stand on it, bro.
Jim Jones. Who was an old nigga? So you coming back into the old era.
I grew up on Jim Jones.
Okay,
Man.
you saying Jim Jones has more hits than Nas?
Then adds, "Jim, Jed Jones, who was an old dude." The fan fires back quick.
Okay.
I have never in my life said at a party, yo, throwing that Nas right now.
Okay, and
I never did that.
You coming back into the old era? I grew up on Jim Jones. Then he drops the line that broke the internet. Jim Jones got more hits than Nas. That one line sparked chaos. It all started on Drex's Don't Quote Me podcast, where a young guest from Atlanta dropped a take that had hip-hop Twitter on fire. He said, "I've never been at a party where someone said, 'Yo, play Nas right now.'"
I'm from New Jersey. Ballin', we grew up on ballin'.
that's one.
That's one.
We did not grow up on One Mic. Even though I went back and listened to One Mic, and that's a good song, it's a classic song, we grew up on ballin'.
That alone made the internet explode. Jim Jones jumped in and turned it into a full culture moment. He claimed what he did for Nas ain't never been done for him in his life, saying Nas has never been this viral, ever. And Jim didn't hold back. He said he's not just more relevant, but a better rapper and a bigger artist than Nas ever was. He painted Nas as a hype man. Not the legend fans swear he is. Now everyone's arguing. Legends or relevance? Jim Jones didn't back down for a second. He doubled down, saying his own son and most of the younger generation don't even know who Nas is.
I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever. Ever. He's never been talked about like this ever in his life.
Now, has Nas reached out to you?
You did. The last time he was in some like this where people were comparing is when him and Jay was beating on him. You heard?
"He's your son," someone shot back, and Jim snapped, "Yeah, but my son can't name one Nas record, you heard? Let's keep it a buck." The internet went off. Many called his comments delusional, tone deaf, and just a desperate move to get some attention. But Jim didn't flinch. He laughed it off, claiming more trolling just means more money. "I got music out," he said proudly. "It just makes it easier for people to know who Jim Jones is, easier for them to become a fan." Still, to be fair, Jim did try to clarify his point. He said he never claimed to be more lyrical than Nas, even gave Nas his flowers. He admitted he grew up on Illmatic back in high school, but added that Nas hasn't had the same level of relevance since. "I admired Nas," he said, "but Dipset shaped the mixtape era, the swag, the whole look of rap. Nas got bars, but I got the blueprint for a lifestyle."
It's to me that are also not around anymore. Been gone. Diamond, 5-time platinum, 4-time platinum, gold artist. I've seen it since 1997. Gone. I'm still here.
Then Jim went full stunt mode. On the podcast, he pulled out $450,000 in cash and dared any rapper, including Nas, to face him in a rap battle to prove who's really the better MC. Meanwhile, Nas stayed quiet, at least for now, but Jim kept talking. "I'll go bar for bar with anyone, you heard? No beating around the bush. I want smoke in the booth. That's how we settle this." After that wild episode aired, the hashtag Jim Jones exploded on X, and the internet went crazy again.
The picture to me to be in a hype man, or he wasn't the best rapper, or he just started to get whatever you want a narrative you want to paint. You still got to listen to me talking to you right now in 2025.
Hip-hop fans everywhere were searching Jim Jones and Nas nonstop, waiting to see if Nas would step up and respond. Everyone expected a clap back, or at least a little smoke. But silence. Nothing from Nas or his team at all. It's almost like Nas is purposely ignoring Jim's antics. But while Nas stayed quiet, his fans sure didn't. Ever since that clip went viral, Jim's been catching major heat. And it's getting uglier by the day. Memes, trolling, dark jokes. Nas fans are dragging him nonstop, refusing to let this one slide. Longtime fans already know this isn't new for Jim. He's always found a way to flip controversy into free promo. Whether it's scandal, rumor, or straight up chaos, Jim doesn't care. If it keeps his name buzzing, he's running with it till the wheels fall off. That's exactly what people think he's doing now with this so-called Nas beef.
All my entries, then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody, but I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I gotta show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard, and if you want to go to the Billboard entries, pull up Nas Billboard entries, then pull up my Billboard entries.
Listen, we can't compare the two. What I'm trying to tell you is
I want to go there.
Hold on.
I want to go down the line now, because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen,
let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically, because when people be like...
Still, there's something strange about it. That quiet tension that's always existed between them. Nobody can tell if Jim really has a personal grudge against Nas or if he's just milking the moment for clicks and headlines. But one thing's clear, whatever he tried to spark didn't hit the way he planned. He was supposed to be the leader, but somewhere along the line, that mission got lost.
He's your son.
He's your son.
No, but he knows.
My son can't tell you one Nas record. You heard? Like, let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah, but
like, let's keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck, because you'll bring it up.
Jim clearly didn't expect fans to come for him that hard.
But I like trouble, if that's the case, you know what I mean? If that's what we're going into. And not to say it like that, but, you know, I'm for it. I'm built for it. This is what my whole thing was built on, was that type of engagement. And so here we are. And I gave people a prerequisite. Like, yo, I know how to go viral. This is easy. We're in an easy society where it's very easy to...
People take that bait so easy.
Too easy.
But instead of backing off, he flipped the backlash into business, claiming he knows exactly how to turn hate into streams, attention, and money.
There was a young gentleman that they asked the question to, and his viral clip went viral. It was a young kid from Atlanta. He was on a podcast, and they asked him who's more relevant, Jim Jones and Nas. And that clip went super viral, and that led all of these people at platforms
to ask
that question.
This is easy, he said. We live in an easy society where people take the bait too quick. Too easy. It's scary, but I ain't afraid of it. To Jim, it's all part of the game. When it goes viral, it turns digital. And digital means streams. And streams mean revenue, he bragged. I'm all over everyone's Explore page. Top of this page, top of that page. Whether you like me or not, you still talking about me.
I have music out. It makes it that much easier to know who Jim Jones is. It makes it that much easier for you to become a fan of Jim Jones. Like, I'm worried about myself when I make all of these moves at the end of the day. I know how to turn my negatives into a...
Then he flexed his track record like a badge of honor. Gold records, platinum albums, no diplomats, no nobody. Just me, Jim Jones. Check my line, check my numbers, then check theirs.
But it didn't carry over the way that we seen other artists carry over that was supposed to be in his position. He was supposed to be a leader he didn't get to finish his mission. But I don't care about that part. You think? I care about right now.
But here's where it gets spicy. Nas had been silent this whole time, or so everyone thought. Suddenly, a leaked Raekwon the Chef track called Omerta dropped, and the alternate version had Nas sliding in with pure lyrical venom.
We're in an easy society where it's very easy to...
People take that bait so easy.
Too easy.
It's a little scary, but you seem to you clearly you're not afraid of it. But I see you also seem to lean into it.
Sometimes.
Yeah. What do you get out of that?
He didn't name names, but the message was loud and clear. If the shoe fits, this is for you. As soon as my name's mentioned, lames get offended. If words hurt you, it wasn't intended.
Viral. Naturally, everything viral turns digital, and digital ends up with streams and turns into a revenue stream for me, of course. And I'm so on everybody's Explorer page. I'm at the top of this page. I'm at the top of that page. So whether you like me, don't like me, know who I was, and now find out who I was, one click away from making me some money.
And just like that, the quiet storm turned into a lyrical war. Nas is no rookie when it comes to lyrical warfare. And Jim Jones made it clear he wanted all the smoke.
Gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record, then check everybody else's track record.
But here's the truth. Their beef didn't just start yesterday. This tension's been simmering since the early 2000s. Back then, the original drama wasn't even between Jim and Nas. It was between Nas and Cameron, Jim's Dipset brother. The rap game was ruthless in that era, and both sides had something to prove. Nas was flying high with his Stillmatic and God's Son platinum albums, while Jim and Dipset were carving their own lane with a whole new sound and style. Then came 2003, the year everything flipped. Cameron dropped Come Home With Me, right around the time Nas dropped his own project. Cam thought Nas was overrated, calling him weird, fake deep, and out of touch. Nas fired back calling Cam whack, and just like that, Jim jumped in out of pure loyalty. Stands clear if I buy these people's albums, you know what I'm saying? Jim wasn't about to let it slide. He went head-on against Nas, at first with small jabs, but soon it turned into full-on lyrical shots. Diss lines, freestyles, interviews. He mocked fake smart rappers and super conscious artists every chance he got. That was the start of a long-running Cold War in hip-hop, one built on loyalty, ego, and the hunger to prove who really ran New York. Jim didn't just talk. He acted. He dropped freestyles, hyped up Cameron's mixtapes, and even threatened to pull up in Compton to back his words with action. Nas never responded directly, but fans noticed those slick lines in his songs about whack crews and wannabe Harlem gangsters. And everyone knew exactly who he was talking about.
I didn't know how many people love Nas. But people, and I'm watching people go absolutely back crazy, like, oh, damn. But it's what hit.
By 2010, the beef cooled off for a bit. Jim even gave Nas props, calling him one of the greatest MCs of all time, and admitting he wished things had gone differently. But a decade later, boom, the tension came back to life when rap Twitter, podcasts, and hip-hop media reignited the Nas versus Dipset debate all over again. Jim jumped right back into the mix on shows like Rap Caviar, questioning why Nas stays in everyone's top 5 list. Nobody plays Nas in the clubs or on the streets, he said, then made it worse by ranking Drake above Nas, which set the internet on fire. Jim, a known Drake loyalist, brushed it off like it was all competition. That's what hip-hop's about. I'm just popping my talk, he said, still shouting out Nas with a fake little no-problem tone. But behind the scenes, fans were furious. And then came the leaked verse that had everyone begging for a real rap battle between these two icons. But Nas, still silent. Not a single word from him or his team. Meanwhile, his fans are tearing Jim apart online, defending Nas like it's a full-time job. The pressure's been insane, and it looks like Jim's finally realized he pushed too far. The one-sided beef, the trolling, the stunts, it all backfired. Because if there's one lesson Jim learned the hard way, trolling Nas was a terrible mistake. So what do you think? Did Jim Jones take it too far this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another wild hip-hop breakdown. Your support keeps this channel going strong. Every single sub means the world. Let's run it up.